Yeah, I'm Deacon Peter McCulloch. I'm from the Cathedral Parish in the Diocese of Broken Bay. I was born in South Africa many years ago in a large Catholic family, and the church has always been an important part of my life. Always been an important part of my life. I remember as a boy having my dressing table set up as an altar at home, and I always had this idea that I would be a priest. It was always my plan to be a priest, and I was very much influenced by the priests of the parishes where we lived. For a while we lived in India, and Father Sequeira there was the parish priest, and I was very much admiring of him, and so I thought I could do that too. But we migrated to Australia, and along the way, that sort of dream lost. I lost that dream as adolescence advanced. But I always remained a Catholic, and I always saw myself as being connected with the church, particularly as my parents were so devout in their faith. But I started to lose my bearing, if you like, after I got married. My wife and I had 4 children, but I couldn't quite see how I was connected with the church other than going to Mass and doing the usual things there. And I often wondered, well, how do I fit in, and what does God actually want of me? I couldn't quite understand that. Raising a family and paying off a mortgage and all that sort of stuff certainly occupies a lot of time, but at the back of my mind there was always this issue. You know, how do I fit into the church? And I remember for many years sitting in the front pew at Mass there at the cathedral, wondering, why doesn't somebody ask me to get involved in the church? Why aren't I being asked to be involved in a ministry? Why am I sitting here? What am I meant to be doing? What is God asking me to do? And I didn't get any clear answers. About 15 years ago, more than that, 16 years ago, my wife and I went to Italy. And we were on a train between Florence and Pisa. We went to see the Leaning Tower. And as we were sitting on the train, my wife was sitting next to me reading, and I was praying. And I prayed to our Lord, and I said to him over and over again, I said, Jesus, tell me what you want me to do, and I will do it. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I will do it. I kept praying it over and over again. And about halfway through the journey, I suddenly got this answer from him. I heard his voice very loud and clear in my left ear, and he said 5 words to me. He said, I want you to learn. That's it, just, I want you to learn. And I've learned since then that when God talks to you, he does talk to you, but the way you receive it is deep in your heart. You might hear it in your ears and in your head, but where you ultimately receive it is deep in your heart. And I certainly heard his voice deep in my heart. I knew exactly what he meant. I knew it meant I was being called to study theology and to apply to join the diaconate, which is open to me. And it's something that I've been sort of thinking about but never quite understood. Well, when we returned home to Sydney, I applied for the diaconate, and I applied for theological studies. And 4 years later, I was ordained. And since then, for the last 10 years, I've been enjoying myself enormously by serving the church through the permanent diaconate. It's been the most wonderful thing to do. You can be actively involved in the church in the deepest possible way, but still have a family and still have a career outside. And there are many deacons who are involved with their own careers. They might be running their own businesses, but they're also permanent deacons, and they're very much involved with the life of the church. And it's a deeply meaningful thing to do. I'm only sorry I didn't come to it sooner. The people need deacons because deacons are very much embedded in the community in ordinary day-to-day life, but they are also embedded in the church, and they have a remarkable connection with our Lord. And they were able to bring that connection to ordinary people in a way that people understand. And deacons are also in a very interesting position to be able to support our priests in a meaningful way. Because our priests need as much support quite often as the people do. You know, we're all one. And it's nice to be able to play a role.